What's up, everybody? This is Chris Wertman, owner of Legacy Fitness Club, aka Chris Wertman Physique, and I'm sitting alongside my co-host for the Higher Purpose podcast, Brandon Peda. How are we doing today, Brandon?
Chris, I'm absolutely phenomenal, brother. I'm fired up to be here, man. This has been a long time coming. I've had some technical difficulties to get this thing kicked off. Did not realize how difficult it's going to be when you suck at technology, but we've done the best we could, and things are going right now. Let's do it.
Absolutely. Definitely been a little bit of a bumpy ride, but we're here, and that's what matters. So we're excited to do this, and we're happy that you're tuning in to listen to us and really hear us out for what we have to say. I think that we're going to bring a unique view on the fitness world, on certain beliefs within the fitness community, and things that are really going to be able to help you not only in the gym, but also with diet, in life in general, whether it might be school, mindset. We've really come a long way in developing ourselves personally. We've put in a lot of hours behind the scenes. So we're excited to share this with you, and happy that you're tuning in.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more, man. We decided on the name, the Higher Purpose Podcast, for some different reasons. We were going through it, and although it's going to be mainly health and fitness based, trying to just educate you guys and, like Chris said, talk about our journeys and ways that you guys can benefit from listening to us. But it's broader than health and fitness. And what me and Chris discussed was that health and fitness is more so of a vehicle for us. It's a vehicle to help us live our best lives. It's a means to an end of betting on yourself, of creating a self-efficacy and a confidence that leaves you once you leave the gym and that you can take with you, hold your chin up higher, and honestly just is great and benefits all facets of
Absolutely.
your life.
Yeah, and you're so right. Fitness is a vehicle to developing characteristic traits, all these things that they're practices that are learned while we're here working out, whether it might be pushing yourself, which little do you know, I mean, that one more rep in the gym comes down to every aspect of life, whether it's one more, hour of studying or just going the extra mile, doing that extra inch, both inside and out of the gym. And I think that's something that really the gym and fitness has taught me, and also doing things that build confidence for you. And that can be applied to all areas of life. You'll notice it in the workplace, everywhere. That confidence that you start to build, not just physically from appearance, but also from the mindset of doing what you say that you're going to do, which is something that for me has always been a big thing. It's the gym is somewhere that I go to practice doing things that I say that I'm going to do. So if I say I'm going to get up at 5 a.m. to train legs, I come in, I do it. And that's a big confidence booster in trusting that I can do things that I put my mind to.
Exactly. Dude, you're spot on. I mean, that's one thing I like to say is how you do one thing is how you do everything, right? So when you're disciplined and committed in the gym, that's going to translate over to your life in various ways, whether it is at work or whether it is with your nutrition. If you do half-ass things, like that translates over, and maybe you'll quit earlier on, or maybe you won't be able to trust yourself and ultimately follow through. And that's what a lot of people lack in confidence, because what happens is they've said they're going to do something in the past, they never fully committed, and then they end up lacking the confidence to try and go for other things because they're not sure if they can trust themselves. And that's such a huge part of coming to the gym. I couldn't agree more, man. You have a plan, you stick to that plan, you see the results, and it's it's incredible. So yeah, spot on.
Absolutely. Friend. So Brandon, we should probably tell our listeners first why they should listen to us and why they should trust us. So what put you here in this position? You're a trainer at Vent Fitness. How did you get to this point of life?
Yeah, man. So wow, I could probably go on and on.
It's a fully loaded question. Yeah,
I could go.
It's not an easy one to answer.
I could probably go on and on for a while with that. But yeah, man. So it pretty much fitness and going to the gym has been a huge aspect of my life pretty much since I can remember in high school, doing probably high school baseball workouts. Maybe was my, that wasn't even my first introduction. That was the high school days, but I had a personal trainer when I was younger, maybe middle school, because my sister was a really great tennis player.
Absolutely.
And so my parents got her a trainer when she was younger, around middle school probably. And so then I worked with him as well. His name was Ryan something back over at Sport Time. Shout out Ryan. Not sure what you're doing right now, man, but I do remember some training stuff we did back then. But I digress. Continuing on, I was working out a lot in high school, the high school baseball workouts, and working out at Vent once I could drive myself there. And I continued that, man. I continued that through college. I always enjoyed working out, lifting weights. It's always been a huge, it's been huge for me mentally, right, emotionally. I love feeling strong, man. Just so much has come out of it, for me. And so what happened was I didn't have a background. I didn't know I was going to go into this professionally by any means. Actually, I went to college for public relations. I went to University of Alabama.
Hey.
Yeah, roll tide, roll, brother.
Absolutely.
From Alabama, I was working with sports after that, and I found myself I had a sales job actually with the Atlanta Falcons selling tickets.
How'd you like that?
So as far as sales goes, I guess it was cool. Like it was a cool, it was a cool experience because it was the NFL and I was working with the NFL. But at the end of the day, I was making 80 to 100 calls, man.
Is that daily or? That
was daily, 80 to 100 calls, just crossing them off, getting hung up on a lot. It was a grind, and everyone always said it was a grind. And after like 3-4 months of doing that, man, I just kind of. I lived by I had a roommate in Atlanta, but I was on my own a lot. And I really had the opportunity to be with myself and with my thoughts. And it was kind of like one of those movie cinema moments, to be completely honest with you. I looked in the mirror was by myself and I was like, what do you really want to do with your life? Are you happy? Do you foresee yourself selling tickets, making 80 to 100 calls for years down the road? And I didn't even want to do it for another month, let alone years down the road. So I had one of those conversations with myself, asked myself, man, this is your life. You get to decide what you do. You can create whatever life you want. I was like, what are you passionate about and what do you want to do? First thing that came to mind was that I wanted to help people. I wanted to work with people. I love people. I love talking to people. I love making people feel good. And I was like, all right, that's a great start. Where can you help people? Because there's so many different ways, obviously, right? Volunteer, this or that. I was like, what are you passionate about? And my passion for health and fitness has pretty much been the most consistent thing for me since I can remember, since I was young.
It's always there too.
It's always there.
It's always going to be there.
And so I was like, you know what? I was also working with a trainer at the time in Atlanta, and he was like, man, you could definitely do this. And so he had put it in the back of my head. But I was like, you know what? I think this is definitely going to be the route I want to go. I want to help people with what I'm passionate about, which was health and fitness. And so I kind of had in the back of my head, that was the next route I wanted to go. Fortunately, believe it or not, now looking back, I was laid off to my sales job due to COVID. And a lot of people on my sales team were upset about it, understandably so. And I kind of just knew when we got laid off that was going to be an absolute blessing in disguise. I knew that was a window of opportunity that presented itself. And so I came home.
And opportunities knock. They're always knocking. So pay attention.
Yeah, no, 100%, dude. And so, from there, I decided to get my certifications. Got my certified personal training certification through NASM, National Academy of Sports Medicine, as well as my nutrition coach certification through them as well. From there, went to Metabolic, gym around here, as many know. It's an awesome place. I learned a ton. I was a group instructor there many times, coaching 35 clientele at once.
Now that's a high-intensity type of class?
So Metabolic, it's strength training with a pace, as they call it. So It's strength training. It's just it's just in shortened time intervals. It's similar to high intensity interval training, but not exactly. But yeah, it was an incredible experience there, man. I just I wanted to go more the one-on-one route,
Right.
become a little bit closer with people. So decided to leave that aspect, and I came over to Vent and been working one-on-one as a trainer at Vent since about May. So I think it's been May, June, July, August, about 6 months there. And then actually this past week, I launched my own online fitness and nutrition coaching business. Choice is yours.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's big.
Yeah, thanks.
What's the name of that again?
Choice is yours fitness.
Choice is yours, ladies and gentlemen.
He's
got it. Link in the bio of his Instagram.
Yeah, absolutely.
Check him out.
Everyone should check it out. Join my email list. It's I'm super excited about that and working with people in the online sector as well, man. But yeah, it's been an absolute wild ride. But I'm absolutely hyped to be here with you right now, my friend. I've wanted to do a podcast for as long as I can remember. And
I remember being, back in college thinking this is something, I really want to get out there and talk to people. And what a perfect way, a podcast. There's no better way than sitting down. We have a conversation. And for those of you listening, I want it to feel like you're right here with us for sure, because I remember listening to podcasts back in college and just feeling like I knew everybody that was actually on the podcast because I felt like you're right at home. So it's really, I'm super grateful to be doing this with you, and I'm really excited for all the content that we're going to get to put out. I'm really stoked.
Dude.
So, and taking it all the way back. I mean, me and Brandon have known each other since Little League Baseball, so we go way back. I remember he was the beast on the team, and I kept the bench nice and warm. So I looked up to him. He was someone who was a power hitter, and I always wanted to be like a power hitter, strong, hitting home runs. And so we grew up playing baseball together, and our paths did separate. You went to Alabama, and I went to Oneonta, and soon it was last summer at some point. I remember that we had saw each other out, and when we had a conversation, I was like, damn, like we have a really similar mindset. And then we still kind of parted ways again. And you were in Georgia and I was up here doing, this type of stuff. And then next thing you know, we turned around, and I'm super grateful that we did till we decided to work out one day. And that has completely grown, and our friendship has really blossomed, and it's brought us closer, not only between me and Brandon, but with our entire friend group now. So things happen, and they all happen for a reason and for a higher purpose. So that's why we're here today. And so, and then a little bit about myself. My name is Chris Wertman, by the way. And I own Legacy Fitness Club LLC, which is a small gym located in upstate New York. Let's see, where did my fitness journey start? Probably just like you. I remember doing baseball workouts. And I was training for, my purpose really was to become a better athlete, to become a better baseball player. And I still remember to this day, I was embarrassed to work out at commercial gyms. Unlike Brandon. Brandon was the big, strong guy, like I was saying in Little League. And I was always the runt of the litter. I was smaller, and I remember freshman year I weighed 97 pounds, and I was about 5'1", freshman year of high school. So I was always the runt of the litter, and I remember probably, I think it was 8th grade, my parents went out and bought me a kid weight bench with little weights, and I think the weight set only went up to 100 pounds, and I was dead set on hitting an 100-pound bench press. So that's really where like my love for the weight started. I remember grinding away at the basement. I remember every PR 60, 70, 80 pounds all the way up on the bench, and that was the one thing that really drove me wild, was chasing that bench. And then as I went through high school and the baseball workouts, I really started to notice I was getting stronger and bigger. I was doing these workouts, and I was coming home and working out at my house, even after the baseball workouts. And I expanded my home gym. I bought a squat rack and an actual big boy bench and big boy barbell set, and just went to town. And towards my senior year of baseball, actually, senior year of high school, I had mentioned to my parents that I didn't think that I wanted to play baseball anymore. This was right before tryouts were happening, and they were like, it's your senior year, finish strong, play varsity baseball. So I decided to follow through, play varsity baseball, but I made a promise to myself that June 16th, and I still remember the date, June 16th was our last day of senior year of school, and I decided that from that day forward, I was going to go all in on exercise. So I still remember to this day going all in, starting on that date, and I don't think I really missed too many workouts in between since then, which was about 6-7 years ago now. So, and then from there, I went to school for business at first, and I decided pretty quickly that business was not going to be my thing, and that what I loved, my passion, was fitness, and it had been, again, something that's always been there. And through good times and bad, I can remember that I was working out and had the gym was always a part of my life. So I was like, I don't really know what I want to do, but I could take exercise science. So I enrolled in exercise science, and I immediately fell in love with school again. It was mind-blowing going to school every day, sitting in classes, learning about things that I could walk out and apply directly to the gym. And it really just intensified my love for health and fitness and wellness and helping others. And then from there, I decided to go and study nutrition and dietetics. And that was really due to my sports nutrition course that I took, where we learned a lot about supplements and protein and muscle building. And I still remember when I made that transition over to the second major and degree that I was a little bit shocked, because we were learning about people with special cases like diabetics and cancer patients and dialysis patients. And I was like, this is not really what I signed up for. I wanted the supplements and protein. But nutrition in itself is this really deep science that was fascinating and mind-blowing. So I then fell in love with more the clinical aspects of dietetics and nutrition, which is treating patients in hospitals, helping for long-term care, these types of things. And so I was trudging along through college, got my bachelor's in nutrition and dietetics, and I was supposed to start a master's program in the spring of 2020. Yes, I believe. Yeah, spring of 2020, summer of 2020. And COVID out of nowhere hit. And I was like, I said to my parents, I know that sitting on a computer is not going to make me happy for 80 hours a week, studying for my master's and doing all my internships online through simulation. So I was like, I think I'm going to not do this. And I had no idea what I was going to do. I decided then that I would work at GNC part-time. And so I started part-time at GNC, slowly worked my way up. Well, actually quickly worked my way up to a really high management title within the company, overseeing 10 different stores. And I continued to do my thing on Instagram, which is a whole other story. But from there, I took a little leeway, or a little kind of gap, and worked at a gym and learned how to manage and run the gym. And that was a wonderful opportunity. And then from there, I started my own gym and went back to GNC for a little bit, but now I'm all in on my own gym legacy. And I'm actually in the process of expanding that. So there's been so much going on. I mean, it's been my whole life, I feel like, for the past 6-7 years. So there's a lot that I could really hit on. But I think another big thing that I missed there was the start of my Instagram page, which is a fitness account. And I was doing some bodybuilding at the time and decided to just take a leap of faith my sophomore year of college and start posting shirtless pictures, which that's not scary at all, right? On a fitness account too, especially these days and age. Like, people are going to pounce all over you because you started a fitness account. And what are you trying to do, show off? But I did it for the sake of motivating. I remember my bio was a page dedicated to motivating and inspiring others. So I thought, being this runt from high school that no one really ever saw as like a fitness or a muscle kind of guy, to turning that around and showing like, hey, you can achieve this through hard work. And I was never the guy to be snapping people saying, oh, I'm making these gains and stuff like that. It was always working hard behind the scenes. And then at the end product, the finished product, the dividends were there, and people were like, whoa, where did this come from? So that page really helped so many. And as that started to grow, I remember 1,000 followers in 5, 6, 7, 8. And the reach expanded, and all the DMs of people like, keep doing what you're doing. You're motivating me. These 4 a.m. cardio sessions, the bodybuilding shows, all this, the powerlifting when it transitioned to that. For me, it was like, wow, I'm helping so many people. And it's just by sharing what I do on a daily basis, things I had practiced in private for a long time. So that's when I really started to feel that, I had something special going for me. And now, since starting my own gym, I have the pleasure of helping people one-on-one, two-on-one groups, a lot of high school kids. And it's what drives me every day, just to be able to help others. And so here I am today, and I'm really proud of everything that's come along and through this entire journey. And I couldn't be more grateful. So.
Dude, 100%. It's been a wild ride, man, for both of us. And I remember with your fitness accounts, especially, dude, without those, man, like you tell me, but I genuinely don't know if this would be possible, in the sense that I remember seeing those fitness accounts of you. And like you said, you've been putting the work, like in the shadows, like on your own, right?
Right.
But when that came to life, everyone was like, oh my God, like this man is absolutely, first off, shredded.
Right.
Like how can we get like that? Grabbed a following, started motivating everyone.
Right.
But
that means a lot, yeah.
If you hadn't put yourself out there and been courageous enough to motivate people, because it came from good intentions. It was obviously, it was never about just like showing off your muscles.
And there was definitely people that saw it as maybe not a threat, but like they gave me the backlash, like the LOLs, like why are you doing this? And,
sure. And look what has grown because you put yourself out there and you were courageous enough to do what you knew and felt was going to be right. You put yourself out there, showed the world that you, first off, you had the knowledge, you had the credibility, because obviously you knew what you were talking about.
Right.
And doing that and putting yourself out there stemmed into all of this.
Right. And I mean, even if you, my personal Instagram page, Chris Wertman _physique, that was, like I said, was started to help others. If you look on it, there's no, here's your daily workouts. It's none of that. It's really, they're long paragraph forms worth of captions, which I spent, literally people know, I would spend an hour, 2 hours writing up these crafted captions on, it could be the simplest of quotes that sparked me and said, I could really dive into this and how this has affected my life or helped me. The simple quote, begin with the end in mind. And I write this entire caption on what your legacy is going to be. And that caption probably took me about 2 hours. So it wasn't even so much the pictures that mattered to me. It was what I was sharing, the thought. The pictures grabbed the attention. It was the captions that changed people's lives. It was the stories that changed people's lives. And like you were saying, the courage, the hardest thing is putting yourself out there, but do it, because what does it matter what anyone else thinks? Just put it out there, and you're going to change someone's life. And now the page has over 10,000 people following it. And the thing is, I always tell everyone too, with every story, with every post, it's not about the 10,000. It's about the one person that's going to walk away with their life change, or with the that motivation that maybe will kickstart them into a new journey the next day because they read that the night before. And that's that one person. That's the difference. That's why you put in the 2 hours behind the scenes to write the caption. When 9,000 people are going to scroll by it and maybe give you a like just because the picture looks cool. But for that one person that takes the time to read it, that's what really matters. That's why I do and really wanted to do what I did.
Dude, I couldn't agree more, dude. It's infectious. The motivation, it's contagious, man. And it just like you said, it all comes back to helping people and just trying to improve people's quality of lives however we can, right? Just giving back. And it's when it comes back to, I like the saying, your passion is for you, and your purpose is to share that passion with others.
Right.
I believe that to my core. I think that we all are individually have our strengths that are unique to us, and if you can just capitalize on that and go all in on what you genuinely care about, you don't need a result to go all in on that.
Right.
You're going all in on it because it feels good for you. And when you're able to help other people at the same time, it's a win-win. It's a win-win for everyone.
Absolutely. And I think the word passion is something that's is deep for me. So I think that all of us have some type of innate passion. We love doing something. And I can't think of the quote exactly, but it's what gives you the most pleasure with the smallest effort. That's really like your passion.
Sure.
And to do that every day. So for some people, and I'll even circle it right back around to fitness being as a vehicle. Like, I personally don't think that I've been gifted genetically in any way, shape, or form with lifting weights. I don't think that that's been really my calling. I think that fitness is this vehicle, and my passion is really helping others. But my way of being able to connect and bring people into my kind of altar, I guess you could say, is by getting them into the gym, and we're connecting based off doing the physical work, the physical activity. But really, it's just a vehicle to be able to connect with them and help them through other areas of life as well. And that's something that it's priceless, really.
Yeah.
I mean, being able to help people, to me, that gets me jacked up. That's what I'm passionate about.
Absolutely, man. And that's anything about being a personal trainer that I've learned in these last 6 months is that your one-on-one sessions, man, like not everyone's outgoing, not everyone's an extrovert, but you talk and you get close and you get intimate with your clients. Like
Absolutely.
You're with someone for an hour.
Dude, are you kidding? The amount of people that come in here and we share kind of life secrets together because they feel that connection. They feel, and being in the training industry, you have to be like that. I'm sorry, but if you're not good with people, if you can't hold a conversation, it's probably not a good idea to be in the personal training industry. Because that's what a large part of our job really is, to be there. I look at it as a part-time personal trainer, part-time therapist. You gotta do both jobs at once.
Yeah,
to be good.
And it's interesting because sometimes when life gets crazy on the outside, I think a lot of people, it's a great job to go to that you don't bring your outside life into.
Absolutely
because when you are with someone, like you are present with them, you're genuinely interested in what they have to say, and it's almost like being with your client and helping them hit their goals. Like that can be like your breather from all the craziness that's on the outside. It's
Absolutely.
like, all right, like let me leave that out there. Like let me focus on hyping this person up, getting them a great workout, helping them with what they need, with their with whatever they need.
And it's I couldn't even. It's like you have to leave that on the out and bring in a new attitude every single time. And I love it because, and that goes like even the client, I don't know about you, but for me, like when a client walks in and brings in that negative energy, it takes a beating on me. Like
it's tough.
Oh, I don't want to be here today. Yeah. Like, well, I'm tired too, know, but so it's like you have to bring, your client's energy up, and it can really change my state. I know for me, because I typically do like morning clients, evening clients. And sometimes my morning clients are great and I'm feeling sluggish in the evening, but my clients bring my energy up or I bring their energy up. So it's almost like batteries. We're feeding off each other. And, like you said, and even like the not being able to bring the outside world in, it's so true because I feel like it's been tested on me lately dealing with expanding my gym and working on a second facility. There's so much stress on the outside that when I come in, I have to almost take back control and be grateful and be very present in the moment with my clients. That way, any of that negative stress or anything like that is staying to the outside. So, very true.
Yeah. No, dude, 100%, my friend. And you've created a community and a culture. I know personally from experience. I come on Wednesdays and work out with Chris. We're always hitting the hex bar deadlifts here. It's absolutely incredible energy. Always
lightweight. Always lightweight at the club.
Exactly, dude. 100%.
So,
but yeah, man. So, I mean, anything else that you wanna tell the listeners that you want them to take away with from just getting to know us? Or
I think the biggest thing is and we both touched on it is following your passion. And for us, fitness has always been a passion. And I just think that if you're listening today and maybe you feel lost with life, don't be afraid to take a jump, a leap of faith. And I'll ask you, like, what do you have to lose? At the end of the day, if you're breathing, if you're alive, there's really nothing to lose because that's all that matters. So if you're not happy with your job, if you're not happy with maybe a relationship, anything like that, like follow your gut. Do what you love and follow your passions. Like that's for me is really a big thing. And I think both of us have done that. I know, you're in Atlanta doing sales and away from home and now you're back home but you're following your passion. You said, I'm going to give away some of this and to come back and do what I love. And for me, it's been the same thing. I feel like I've sacrificed some pretty good opportunities, very good opportunities with corporations and corporate jobs. And I kicked those to the curbs and I went with my gut. Follow my passion, and I want the hard way. I don't want the easy way. Easy way is always going to be there, So I'm taking an unconventional route, and now you're trying to dip your toes in as well with launching your business. And it's not a conventional way of living. Owning your own business and doing your own thing, there's no one above you. You're the man. So I could go on forever.
No,
yeah, it's like, take a risk, especially most of our listeners are going to be most likely younger. So if you're, in your 20s and struggling at all, don't be afraid. This is the time to take a risk before family, kids, all these types of things, your mortgage, whatever it might be. But if you've got nothing to lose, go out there and do it. Make it happen. Burn your boats.
Dude, let's go. I absolutely love that. And my thing that I'll add on to that is don't live a life that's expected of you. Live a life that's true to yourself. Ask yourself what you care about, what your passion is, what your purpose is, and then just go all in there, man. Move. It might not be the most certain route, but what I've learned over time is that we have to move toward the uncertainty. We got to get uncomfortable. Because the big wins and the growth, that's on the other side.
Right, absolutely.
I couldn't agree more, dude. This is absolutely incredible. I'm just, again, super grateful to be here. First episode here, man, but so many more to come, and so much knowledge and wisdom and info to share with the world here, brother. So absolutely hype, my friend.
Me too, and I want to thank you all for listening today and for being with us. And like Brandon saying, we have a lot to go over here. I'm a nutrition expert, diet expert. I've done the bodybuilding shows. Exercise is my thing. Personal trainer. I've power lifted. So between his experiences, between training, your own fitness journey, and metabolically high intensity, and me and Brandon have completely different viewpoints on something. Some things we align on, some things we go different routes, and we're here to share all this great information with you based on our experiences, based on our education. This is a great way for you to learn and hear some different viewpoints. Because, like I said, we're not always going to agree with things. I have a different mentality when it comes to working out. Brandon has a little bit of a different mentality, but at this end of the day, we're here for that same higher purpose. We're here for the same reason. And we're here to help you guys. So we definitely want to take viewer comments, questions, things that you might want to hear us talk about, because we can definitely go in depth and in detail and help you out a ton. And that's what we're here for. We want to elevate your life, take you to a new level, encourage growth, not only in the gym physically, not only with your diet, but we want to help you, live a better quality of life all around, whether it be work, relationships. So we're here for you. Anything you need. It's only the beginning of the Higher Purpose podcast. So
it's only the beginning, my friend. It's only the beginning. Let's go. Let's get it.
Thank you all for tuning in, and we will be back next week with a new episode. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, my friend.
Peace out.